It looks like you're trying to keep your hands warm. Yeah, like superstar. So welcome back to this week's episode of Nighttime Benders, powered by The Source, your favorite place to catch up with Central Oregon's favorite funny people. My name is Julia Reed Nichols, and I get to be your host today, and we have some fabulously funny comedians joining us. And let's start with you. Introduce yourself.
My name is Jeff. No, I'm Brent Hopper.
It's a podcast. You should use your words. Yeah.
I'm a local comedian, a part-time stripper. No, I don't strip anymore.
You don't make any money off of it anyways.
It's a horrible Achilles tendon injury. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So it's a dark place. Sorry.
Please introduce yourself.
I am Cody Parr. I am owner and producer of Beertown Comedy here in Bend, Oregon. A single father, and I've also owned Local Legends Marketing here in town. Help small businesses just kind of get more exposure and stretch their dollars so they don't have to break the bank.
Yeah, and you also run our Monday open mics at Silver Moon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably the most popular open mic in town.
Definitely.
Yeah, sure. I keep telling people, I'm like, it's a great open mic, but either be prepared to look rude leaving early or stay a really long time because it's very popular.
You left early last night.
I did, yes. I was. I have stuff. I'm a big producer, okay? All right. I know. I know.
Your words.
I know. I'm sure people that don't know me are like, that diva. She comes in, signs up first, leaves after her friends go. Yeah, I know. But I'm really nice if you get to know me. Okay. Anyways, please introduce yourself.
I'm David Creach, local guy, born and raised here. You might have seen me as an Uber driver. I also do some business consulting when I want to get on the complete other end of the working spectrum, and handyman work.
I know.
All sorts of things. I just do a lot of things and stuff.
Me and my husband were actually talking about you. I was like, Jimmy, did you know Creach was a handyman? I was like, I think he should become our handyman.
I'm not licensed or bonded. I just do this for friends.
That's okay. That's okay. We're
I'm
not
the
like
Bend
the
handyman, you know? We're not the licensed and bonded kind of town.
Creach, you're homeschooled and you're a handyman.
Yeah, man.
I'm starting to get that you're half Amish.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Religious, too. We did have a TV.
What
There was no cable. There was no cable, but...
Okay.
What were you allowed to watch on the TV?
VeggieTales. No, Disney was actually not allowed.
Disney wasn't allowed, just VeggieTales.
There was Bible Man.
Bible Man?
That's a thing.
That's like watching it.
Looney Tunes. I watched Looney Tunes, and then for some reason, my mom really liked murder shows, but would always hate the action. She's like, big explosions. I'm like, you watch people die every night.
So she was fine with murder.
You know, I didn't set the rules.
You're like, it was very complicated to figure out as a kid, and it's even more complicated as an adult.
It really is, yeah.
Creach just got the internet.
Watch VeggieTales. You're not gonna.
I mean, that's true, but does any kid want to eat their vegetables?
Hold on. You question that. What other things do you watch that you would be okay with eating?
We don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Did you like That's not a kid's show.
No, but you can also find it on the internet. Yeah, you can also find it on the internet.
Did you like eating vegetables as a kid then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because you were free of VeggieTales. Got it.
Yeah, I did not, did not watch that, but I did watch Bambi though, and I love deer meat, so I kind of, yeah. And there's some other things that I do. Well, anyway, we're not going to talk about that.
Moving on to the topics for today. So I heard there was some big news in the sports world. The sports world had big news this week. What happened?
The World Cup, is that what we were?
That's what we're talking about. That's my segue into the world.
It's a tough loss.
So we didn't win.
USA lost.
No.
Bad.
No.
We lost to
Belgium.
We
got to the top 16, and they had won their last game, and they got a red card with their top player, came down on somebody's ankle hard, got a red card, got ejected from the game, was supposed to have a 1-game suspension. As per FIFA rules. But then Trump gave a call to the head of FIFA, made some backdoor deal, and the suspension was delayed until next year. So our star player got to come in. And Belgium took that personally. They scored 9 minutes in.
Wow.
And then the U.S. turned the tide. They finally scored, and we're like, we're back in this. And 61 seconds later, Belgium came and went, no, you're not. And they scored and just crushed.
By the
feel like I'm watching it again with Creach's description. That was great.
by the time I started watching it, it looked like the U.S. team had just given up already. I'm like, this.
It's kind of embarrassing because we had a larger. I mean, how many? Like we were talking, like how many people are in Belgium? Like you were saying, it's like the side of Rhode Island, right?
8.87 million.
What? How many?
11.87 million.
11.8.
So like
That's
the size
bigger
of
than
Los Angeles County.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And they still pulled a better team than we could have pulled in the entire U.S.
We do all the sports though. Like like Europeans, soccer is their football is their
Football.
is their sport. That's like,
Yeah.
and all of the best teams are there, so they're all playing against the best competition. Whereas we have American football. We
Play against
are not the
yourself.
best in baseball, but Japan took that.
We invent a sport and become
Yeah.
the best at it until somebody
Basketball,
else
though.
discovers it.
We've
and
got
then
basketball.
Beats us at it.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
That's what it is. I mean,
Mm.
there's the best basketball player right now is a Frenchman. If you're a true patriot, you should not be able to live comfortably.
That is
It's not right.
No.
Yeah. I tried watching the World Cup, like, and I know I just can't deal with the pacing. Like, people are going crazy after 60 seconds of like no stoppage. I'm like, just pick the damn thing up and just run right into that goal with it. I wish there was a sport that we could emulate like that. It could be something similar to that. You just pick it up and run with it. If you don't like the guy running with it, just knock the motherfucker down. Right?
It is. It's called the NBA.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Close call.
the WNBA.
There we go.
Yeah. You just beat them.
Well, that's a good
Down to the neck.
segue to one of our other topics. So there is a line of sports bars that recently opened up called the Sports Bra. They haven't been around very long, but they've opened up franchises in Portland, Vegas, I think maybe St. Louis. And it is a sports bar dedicated to women's sports only. Now, this sports bar is also seeking funding because it turns out this idea was not as financially successful right off the bat as they thought. What do you guys think about that? Do you think people want to watch women's sports?
I think some people do. I think
Yeah.
there's definitely not a big enough pool for something like that. I mean, obviously somebody had the money and
Yeah.
somebody was like, hey, this is working. Let's expand. Or maybe they just started all in different cities at the same time. I have no idea. But as far as like the WNBA, like the sports bra needs a Caitlin Clark. All right. They need to bring attention to it. I think I was saying this earlier. It was like the sports bra needs like a mascot, like a
Yeah.
chicken chestnut. Like, somebody just taking down like
Yeah.
tofu nuggets like nobody's business. Just all types of vegan food. Like that lady
I know.
can take down some tofu nuggets.
What I like is you can tell it's a sports bar marketed to women because they're like, we have vegan and gluten-free options.
Yeah.
What's this GF mean? Is that
I know. I feel like
girlfriends
a bad
for gluten-free?
feminist for like not supporting the idea, but it's just not something that I as a woman would go to. So I'm like, then who is the audience? Who's the audience? And I guess people not like me is the audience.
I think it's just
A lot of people.
insanely ironic that you name a place after something that was built for support, and you turn around and need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're the sports bra. You're not.
I know. Well, we wish them the best of luck.
It's hard enough to keep a regular.
It
bar
is, that's the
open, like,
thing, it's-
all sports on television. Let alone
Exactly.
a very niche thing. I thought this was just a Portland thing, but it's multiple cities.
No, I know. I saw it in a Las Vegas newspaper where they were like talking about it. So, yeah, I know they have everything in
Do-
Vegas.
Are they having a lot of the teams like represent them? Because with soccer, the interesting thing is, whereas the U.S. isn't great at men's soccer,
Women's soccer.
the women's soccer has won World Cups 4 times.
Fantastic.
So,
Love
like,
that.
Are they promoting? Are they going to be the face of it? Like,
I don't
where is
know.
it? Are they just running out of them?
Yeah,
That's the
I
problem.
don't know. I did not do enough research on this topic to be an educated
I
commentary.
split your bars into 2 different types of bars. You have the Angel Reese version and then the Caitlin Clark version. And that won't cause any division at all, right? It will bring the community together, just like the WNBA is trying to do, and everybody will
Maybe what they could do is like theme nights where it's like, like this bar's a Raiders bar and this bar's a Steelers bar and this is a Dodgers place. Like,
No, that's
what if they
that's
did
real.
it
Yeah,
with
that's
women's
real.
sports where it's like, hey, tonight is going to be this and this, like come support, and like whichever team wins, like you guys get like 10% off on your bill or something like that. So people are trying to compete.
Yeah.
Something
Drive
like that.
traffic.
Drive traffic, any type of creative marketing that they can
Yeah.
do, something like that.
Here's an
might
idea
help.
too. Just offer all sports and
That
just
too?
cater to the women.
Women's sports on the big screen, guys' sport gets little TVs.
There
we go. We're still in the heart of it. Now we can, the mass
We just
majority
want
of the
men
audience
to
can
feel
look at the small
smaller.
screens.
I think that's really, we just want you to feel smaller inside the
But
sports
I think it's
bar.
kind of like shopping, like when you go shopping with like a girlfriend or your significant other or something like that, and like they're doing all the shopping and you're just kind of like the guy tagging along. If we had some way to connect with each other in those moments where it's like,
Yeah.
Well,
I think that might help.
I think I think you bring in the men's sports also for the women. There are tons of like female NFL fans, NBA fans, baseball fans. You're actually discriminating against the demographic you're trying to bring in by just saying here's just the women's sports.
Right?
Yeah,
like acting
yeah.
like women don't want to engage in watching men's sports as well.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that legit is a problem.
It could be also something where it's like, this is a great idea. It's just way too early.
Yeah. It's like having a female president.
Made for science fiction movies? Is that what we're
Is
hearing?
that what we're talking about?
Those Utopia ones?
The current one's hands kind of fit. I mean, he's almost.
Anyways, we recently celebrated our nation's birth, 250 years of America. And Central Oregon was abuzz with drone and fireworks shows. And people have very strong opinions on which type of shows should be allowed. What do you guys think about drone versus fireworks?
Personally, I usually never like robots or drones, but in this case, I think we should move toward them because one, I also am a pet sitter is one of the things. I watch dogs and dogs are absolutely terrified of it. And as bad as I feel like that's the Bend plug, right? Everyone in Bend can get behind that. What less people are getting behind, but should, is that the veterans are now experiencing like sparkly PTSD. Like, thanks for your service. I hope you enjoy the show and 3 nights of not sleeping. Fireworks are cool. They've always been cool, but I don't think the benefits are worth it.
Yeah.
I have PTSD and fireworks are related to my PTSD. And when I first kind of got diagnosed and it was really affecting me, it really, really stood out. But as time went on, it just got better and better and better. So I don't think it should be replaced. I think maybe we should just keep up with the American tradition of like, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
However, I like the idea of the option where it's like this side of town, you can watch an amazing drone show, but it better be amazing.
Yeah.
And then this side of town, you can have the fireworks or something like that. Having the option, I think, is cool. I did see a hybrid where they did a drone show with like fireworks in the background that correlated with the drones.
But not drones shooting fireworks.
Not
Because
drones
I'm
shooting
not on board with
fireworks.
that
No,
type. That's
No.
That's practically a war machine, a drone that shoots fireworks.
yeah, right. That's good.
What do you think?
I think drone shows are just one more step closer to communism. No.
Go deeper.
Do you have feelings?
Preach, brother. Preach.
It's like I've had dogs here for the last 4 years or almost 5 now, and each year they're better. It gets better with them, like because I'm there present with them. So it's like as a dog owner, be a good dog owner. Don't just think that they're going to be okay at home by themselves.
I heard you took your dogs down to the fireworks.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't know. People were talking about your good dog parenting.
Come on, exposure therapy.
I see exposure. Let it roll. But no, I think, and maybe just get a little more control on in-city fireworks. But I hate the fact that they're using drones to ticket people like that. That I don't know about you guys. That really rubs me wrong.
Ticket people with fireworks?
Ticketing people. They're ticketing people using their drone. Little eye in the sky.
But for fireworks or for something else?
Oh, probably many things.
But
yeah,
no,
for sure.
Yeah.
Fireworks. And that was happening all across the nation this last weekend. Wow. And so that's just something, as we try to, like you said, like make sure everybody gets equality in this country, but at the same time, still hold true to wanting freedom for
Yeah.
too. So it's a weird balance. You
Yeah.
know, it's like trying to keep a wife or girlfriend or fiance happy. It's just you'll never really get there.
It's
So
you know, when I grew up in Seattle, they would launch the fireworks off of a barge in the middle of the water. That seems sensible.
Yeah.
I think the thing
See-
about fireworks in Central Oregon is you're lighting it off from like the top of a candle. And then-
flammable.
exactly, and then
It's dipped in gas.
exactly.
It's like
we
I-
should just keep
double-sided
launching
that.
them on off the top of these dormant volcanoes.
See, I think that's a double-edged sword because I agree. Like, I don't want the fires or the smoke, but I always want the butte to catch on fire. 100%. The fire was great. It was like 2 minutes in this year.
Yeah, we took
Yeah.
bets this year. How fast will the butte catch
That
on
was
fire?
quick.
I had the over/under at 4.5 minutes.
Well, yeah.
I bet the under.
When did it come in?
I was actually in Prineville, so it wasn't in here. I went and watched that one for
Okay.
the first time, and that was less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. This one
But
was,
they were
was like
prepared for it. Kind of the way I see it with the 4th of July fireworks is the firefighters do controlled burns all year round.
Mhm.
They're so prepared for this exact thing every
Coolest
single
prepared for
year. I think what it is the illegal fireworks that people go buy out of state or buy somewhere else,
Mhm.
and then they bring it back here and do it. Because I will, in not Bend, there were a lot of illegal fireworks. And my first question is, where do you get the money for these? Because I feel like you lit more than the city did.
Couldn't we come up with like a compromise? Like we can still have fireworks shows, but we're gonna do them in the forest where we're doing controlled burns. That's the coolest way to set it off. Like, aha!
Right.
It's out of the city. If the sounds aren't gonna bug anyone who's not going to watch,
There you
Right.
go.
firefighters can do their job.
Perfect.
You found the solution.
That's it.
I do know just with like seeing the tradition of watching Pilot Butte burn. I know that knowing the history of Pilot Butte, that's my preferred flame to see on the top of that hill. So yeah,
If we are going to light it,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that
was-
was.
yeah, you know,
that should
That should be that one. Happy birthday,
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Freedom. But you were talking about some freedoms that might be getting taken away in Oregon. Can you explain the Oregon hunting
there is a ban that it has got enough signatures to reach the ballot this year. I think it's November that it's going to be on there to ban hunting, fishing, ranching, and that would include like your at-home pest control. You couldn't even like help mitigate insects and mice around your house because it would be considered animal abuse. And they're trying to introduce it to the state. The governor has openly said, like, I don't support this, whether that's a genuine feeling or if it's like, hey, I can't support this because I'll get so many votes removed from, my count. Yeah, I just don't understand how and why people even signed enough signatures to do it. I'm assuming that the approach was like, hey, we're here to support like against animal abuse. You don't like animal abuse, right? Like, yeah.
Oh, those
Oh,
street
okay.
signers.
And he got
Mhm.
enough signatures that way. I don't know if that's what he did, so I can't say. But information was given to the people that did sign because if you look at it, it is ridiculous.
Well, it's
like,
an overstep. It's a complete overstep.
absolutely.
I mean, we have the right to hunt in this country. You have it was hunting.
Ranching.
Ranching.
You can't do anything with
Don't
cattle.
we need ranching?
Yes.
Isn't that a need?
Well,
Seems like it would be
Seems
one.
like a need,
Oh.
right?
Well, even if you remove ranching, Oregon is still going to sell meat in the supermarkets and locally. It's just going
So
to
then
be
it's more
somewhere
expensive
else and
meat.
be more expensive. Yes, and then you're going to have all these different agencies that are going to try and enforce no hunting and no fishing in Oregon. Like, watch how many people either leave the state or don't care at all. And
But it's
how
like,
many-
who's going to enforce it?
exactly
Who's
who's
gonna-
actually going to
It's not
enforce
gonna
that?
be the.
Who's gonna pay for
course
it?
it's
the people. So
The
it's
other
like
part
that.
of it is too is if even if it did somehow miraculously pass, the governor could just be like, no, that's tens of billions of dollars every year that the state won't see. That's just not.
People are just mad.
Yeah, it feels like this. I feel this divide in the country in general, but it feels very strong in Oregon. The city people versus the non-city people, like they just don't have the same existence.
Right.
Like, how could you even think that a hunting or a ranching ban would be viable when most of the state is?
Red.
Yeah, like
The blue little pimples run everything in the state as far as the politics and voting goes. So you have these three little dots that are like, oh, Well, we don't live in that world that the 95% of the other people in the state live in and do. So we don't understand it. So that's just kind of how I see it from the hunting aspect of it, the
Yes.
fishing aspect of it, the people that signed that to get it put on the ballot. And like I said, I don't know if it was a lack of full disclosure of what they were signing
Mhm.
or if it was just a lack of intelligence, but
It's anger. It's anger. These are the people that we took their drugs away legally years ago, and they need to take something from you now.
I don't know. We
Yeah.
barely even took their drugs away in this state. Like, it's like
Slightly less legal.
So, you know, I'm curious
And
to
built
know,
sinners
though,
so you can do it safely. So yeah,
I would like to take a poll on the people that did sign that and say, how many of you have sushi here in Oregon? How many of you have been to McDonald's or gotten a cheeseburger in the
Mhm.
last month?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Do you do any type of pest control in your home?
I think anyone that has an issue with hunting doesn't know a lot of hunters because my family's from Michigan and like it's a very common thing to do there. But I mean, it's not like you're killing 25 deer a season,
No.
you know? It's like one
Yeah.
if you're lucky.
If you're lucky. And you know what
Yeah.
you're doing, yeah.
they hunters contribute so much to keeping our forests
Mhm.
actually like alive. Well, the burn control, most of that roughly 75% of the money that goes into our forests and forest departments and all that is from hunters, fishers. So they can kick rocks. In fact, I propose a new thing. There's always special tags for hunting. So whoever made that specific ballot to get it banned, let's go ahead and have a lottery for that guy. No? Okay. Well, maybe that's too maybe that's
So
too far.
so basically
He's not against it. So
Just thinking how to
Yeah.
expand it.
yeah, exactly.
So basically, people trying to control us is one of the worst parts about Central Oregon, which we're going to get into because the Source recently launched their best of Central Oregon. Yeah. So if you want to go to the Source, you can check out and vote for your favorite like hairstylist and restaurant and open mic. Yeah, Beertown is a definite contender for that. All kinds of things you can vote on. You can't vote on the best comedian, but nope, that's a story for another day. Can't do that. But it got me thinking about some of the worst in Central Oregon. Like, what is some of like the worst? Like, what would you nominate as the worst in Central Oregon?
Cyclists, all of them. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I shouldn't have said that.
Oh,
No.
such
No,
strong
what?
feelings.
Just the bright colored in the middle of city, using the bike lane and the sidewalk and the road type of people.
Yeah, no.
I was literally just driving home from Prineville Reservoir was a couple weeks ago, and there's somebody just in the middle of the road, just on the yellow dotted line, just cycling away like nobody's coming home during the weekend. And I hate you people. I want to love you people. I'm trying to find the space in my heart for it. It's just not there yet. So that would be for me in cyclists. And this is coming from a Californian that's dealt with them.
What you don't know is
Yeah.
that Hopper is a deeply closeted cyclist.
So he truly just hates
Yeah,
himself.
Yeah,
He parked his bike around the corner.
it's a unicycle. He starts soft.
I will admit I have the suit. I just don't have the bike.
More
Yes,
accepting
yeah.
of cyclists if they were if you saw more tandems or unicycle riders. Because
Absolutely.
that brings me amusement and I enjoy it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Where's the unicyclists? Like, come on.
They're on the trails that have the frisbee golf. Like legitimately.
Are they really?
They will ride on like the
Okay.
frisbee golf courses
that-
and be the most hipster person.
That's so much talent.
Worst of Central Oregon. Just kidding.
No,
So
frisbee
much
golfers, yeah.
Wait, do
yes,
people
it's good.
actually do frisbee golf? Because I
Yeah.
see those
Yeah.
things
Okay.
that people actually.
Yeah.
What?
We do
I don't-
everything in Bend. There's straight up a circuits that comes in on Wednesdays at like downtown at Drake Park. All the hippies will be there with like 12 slack lines. They'll have giant like tripod for people with silks. Like we have everything. We have hippies, hipsters. We've got a circus. It's amazing.
We got it all.
I actually would like to add on to Hoppers because I think it's the worst upgrade is our like Greenwood renovation where we split down to one lane so we could have it for bikers
Oh, the
who
highlighted
can't
green.
ride half the year because we're under snow. But thank God they have more room in the summer.
Yeah, I still love that sidewalk up top.
And they still love the sidewalk up top. So the upgrades for the bikers are kind of... Once the bikers can follow the rules of the road, we wouldn't need all the extras.
It's part of. I've heard rumor that there is overall city planning in place to try to like make driving and parking more difficult so we all are encouraged to bike. It's like social engineering. They're trying
There's
to
a
make it
bunch
more
of-
difficult for you. They're trying to
But
make it
Bend is
popular.
also aging out. Like there's an older population. There's a lot of people who live here who don't like biking's not just feasible.
Yeah.
Like, and when you eliminate it, you're like, well, we're doing the best. It's the same as the hunting thing. Like we know what's best for you, and like you don't. You're thinking very narrowly of like, yeah, on a whole, on paper, a biking city is better than a city where everybody has a car.
Mm-hmm.
But we are a high desert that goes from mountains to river to straight desert. We are not the biome for that.
Mhm.
We're not a city in that sense.
You need a sports bra here.
Yeah,
that would change it. That would
that
fix
would
it.
change everything.
No parking lot, just bike racks.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that brings us full circle. Full circle, ladies and gentlemen. With that, we have a great comedian for you to meet this week. I was able to talk to Imani Denae. She's going to be coming to town at the Tower Theater later this fall, and you can check out her show. But first, get to know her a little bit more. Well, this is supposed to be fun. That's the number one goal, I promise you. First off, welcome to the podcast. If you could introduce yourself for people that might not be familiar with who you are and your work.
My name is Imani Denae. I am a stand-up comedian who started in Portland, born in Portland, Oregon, and I just recently moved to Philadelphia so I could be closer to New York. I've been doing comedy for 5 years, and it has been just up since then, which I'm very blessed to say. I don't know what else to say. I think
No, that's exciting. So you've
you'll
been
like
doing
my comedy.
I think that's exciting. You've been doing comedy for 5 years. Can you tell us your comedy origin story? What was your first time at a mic?
So I kind of became interested in stand-up in 2019, and then I'm a perfectionist, and I don't like to feel bad at something. So for like 4 months, I just watched open mics. I would go to them and just sit in the front. Actually, I would sit dead in the front and just watch and listen to the local comics tell jokes. And I would look them up on YouTube to see what the local comics had on YouTube and just watch. And I think it was like my way of studying to make sure I knew like overall what people thought was funny. And then also what I felt like wasn't funny. And I learned like like what you're supposed to do. You take the mic out of the mic stand, you move the mic stand. Like I just gained that all from like sight.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried it for the first time at the end of 2019 and it went really well. But I stopped doing it after that. I did not go back that entire rest of the year. And then I tried to get back into it in March of 2020. And I think we know what happened then. But I couldn't do comedy for the whole 2020. And then I
Yeah.
started again in January of 2021.
Yeah. I watched a lot of your comedy to kind of prepare and get a feel for you. And I have to say, you feel like a friend, like you feel like somebody I want to hang out with. Where do you get your material from? Where do you source most of your jokes from? Because it all feels very organic.
It's crazy. I get a lot of my jokes from hanging out with people. I think like as long as I'm like an observer or a part of something, then like I can scope it out and see what is funny. I find my comedy to be critical, but like a funny criticism. Because
Yeah.
I was always like a wallflower growing up. Like I always attached myself to like the biggest personality in the room, but I wasn't that. And so I got to see how people respond to people with like huge personalities, and it kind of helped me like understand authentic conversation because you get to see somebody who sometimes people are not being authentic with,
Mm-hmm.
and you get to be the person who I don't know. I just saw it all. I saw the people who liked him, people who didn't like them, everything in between. And I just started writing about people who I didn't particularly like. That was how it started. It was like people who bothered me or who I would always write about, people who didn't make any sense to me and like made bad decisions.
There's plenty of those people in the world. Plenty of those people.
Yeah.
I like your observations because they feel like the things that we all are thinking but just not saying. You know, you're like, she's
Mhm.
right. She's right. And you mentioned that you were in Portland and you've recently relocated to Philly. How is that transition going from one scene to another scene?
It's been like so interesting. I think interesting is the best word for it because I wouldn't say it's bad or it's good. It's been difficult. It's had its challenges. The culture, like I've never lived on the East Coast before, and the culture on the East Coast is so drastically different. I think people are closer here in proximity to each other, which creates a whole different dynamic where like in Portland or just in the Pacific Northwest, we have a lot of space between ourselves and other people. And so I think that makes us more relaxed. At least in my
Yeah.
opinion, I feel like maybe that's why I'm so relaxed is because anyone who bothers me, I know I'll never see them again. Whereas like here, there's a good chance you will see them again. So it's there's that. I think the comedy scene here is like super ambitious in a way that I guess I didn't really see in Portland. Even though Portland comics are ambitious, I think that there's like something about having this proximity to New York where it's like an hour and a half train ride away. Like that in itself creates people who are extremely career driven people in general.
Yeah. And what do you think drives that ambition? Like what goal do you think people are headed towards when you say they're incredibly ambitious? Like what's the end goal, do you think?
I think, like, at least for me, my end goal was strictly just to make stand-up comedy my career. And I think that's something that a lot of people here are doing. Like, all they do is stand-up
Yeah.
or like anything comedy world adjacent. And I think that that's like the main goal of any person going to New York because becoming a famous actor, movie star, Netflix special, that doesn't happen for everybody, but having a career in entertainment or stand-up could happen for anyone who puts the effort in.
Yeah.
So I think that everyone out here is just striving to have a career in comedy because there's
Yeah.
industry here and they can. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I always say that one of the amazing things about stand-ups is they are slightly delusional, right? Like they get up on stage and they think a room full of people want to hear what they have to say, right? But at the same time, like that's how that's how you sell out Madison Square Garden is by believing that. So it's nice to be around people that have similar ambitions. And so for success for
Yeah.
you, it looks like you're like, success for me means I don't have another job. It doesn't involve touring. Do you want to tour full time?
I do want to tour maybe full time for like a year and then the next year half time, part time, and then full time for the next year. I don't like the airport. I'll just say that. It makes me extremely upset to be at the airport, especially because I have traveled a lot for stand up. And there's been times where within a month I've been to 3 different states. Like,
Yeah.
it's overwhelming when you get close to missing a flight or you miss a flight, especially on the way home. That happened to me leaving Omaha. I missed my flight, my connecting flight, and then I had to spend time at the Chicago airport. And by time, I mean 9 hours. So that was fun.
You're like, I found their
It's
best
those moments, like,
restaurants.
I end up crying. It's like, I don't wanna cry at the airport, and that's the hardest part of the traveling part of stand up. So if I could have like a little schedule where I'm like, okay, I know for this year I'm a full-time touring comedian. This year I'm part-time and then I'm doing stuff on the side, whatever that case may be, that is also comedy adjacent, and then go back to full-time.
Yeah, I've done something kind of similar. I toured for a long time in a show, and then I realized I didn't want to do that. So now I tour part of the year and I produce part of the year. And it's a nice balance not to be eating road food every night, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if you drink, but sometimes when I have shows every night and it's like just like a party atmosphere, I'm like, I feel like a gross human being. Like, I just need some like yoga and trees. Which we have lots of in Bend. You're going to be coming to Bend with your comedy here in the fall. Have you ever been to Bend before?
You know what's crazy is no. And I've lived in Oregon forever. Like, I don't understand how that happened. Like, I was born here. My parents moved me back in high school, and then after that I've been here for 17 years. So I'm like, I don't know how I just managed. I've been booked in Bend before and had to cancel.
Well,
But
we're excited to
just
have
never
you.
happened to me. Yeah, I'm excited to be there. Like, I think it's going to be super exciting
It's
because I get
really
to see like
Go
everything.
ahead.
I
Yeah,
know there's a
it's
big tubing. There's like,
yes, that's what I was going to say. Floating is a very, very big deal here. If you like the water, I highly, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. I will say, you know, Ben, we're a very like isolated community where I think that's why people don't come here that often is we're kind of hard to get to. You're coming from Philly, so do you know how long of a trip it's going to be for you to get here?
I know that for me, I actually am flying to Portland. My birthday is the week before the festival, and I'm turning 30. So I'll
Hey.
be in Portland celebrating my birthday with like my friends and family. And then I'll be there for a week. The next week, I'll be driving down to Bend with some comics who are also on the festival from Portland.
Fantastic. It'll be like a big party for you guys.
I
It'll
know,
be a
I'm
nice time of
excited.
year. Yeah, it's a good time of year here, September, and you guys are going to be at the Tower Theater, I believe. Isn't that where you guys are doing the shows at?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a fantastic, fantastic historical theater that's really beloved in town. So I think you're going to have a great time. And definitely make some time for some outdoor stuff while you're here in town.
Oh, I definitely will. That and like I'll go to the Blockbuster.
Yes, we do. I think it's the last Blockbuster.
Yeah.
It's our town's claim to fame, our claim to fame for sure. Well, if people want to check out more of your work as we're getting ready to head into your show, where's the best place to catch up with you and your jokes and your schedule and all that good stuff?
And the best place would be to either follow me on Facebook or Instagram at Imani Denae _ on Instagram or Imani Denae Comedy on Facebook. But both of those things I regularly post my shows and clips of my comedy. Also, you can find me at YouTube at Imani Denae _ and you can find full sets. I'm posting a lot more of my full sets so that I can get them out there. So you'll definitely see some new jokes that you've never seen before on my YouTube. So
Well, thank you again. Is there anything else you want to share with the podcast listeners before we go today?
smile more. I don't know.
You're like, be nice to other people.
Or at least, yeah. Smile at least once today.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, it was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Thanks for
Bye.
talking.
Have a good day.
Bye. Okay.
We're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done. Like you got this. You can hold it. You can hold it. Okay. If you want to check out more shows in Central Oregon, we have some great stuff coming up this week. First, I would like to announce that The Source is going to be doing the world's funniest gnome competition at Little Woody this year. Grand prize is $250. It's free to enter.
Is
Yeah.
this our workaround to becoming the funniest comedian?
Exactly.
Okay, so I just got to wear a gnome outfit, then you'll say I.
Yeah.
Exactly. We won't pick the funniest comedian from The Source, but you can become the world's funniest gnome
Cody said because I'm 5'10" and under, I'm officially like
You're officially eligible.
in Central Oregon.
So applications will be up for that soon on the Little Woody site, and applications are due by July 31st, and the contest is going to be August 29th.
What is the contest? Is it
it's
just
5 minutes of comedy dressed like a gnome.
so? It really is you guys putting on the
And the way we're doing the contest, because I
There's so
hate
much
lining
interest.
people up and clapping or judges. I hate all that shit. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a decibel meter, and after each comedian's set, read that number, write it down, and then at the end reveal everybody's numbers at once. Yeah.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't mind losing if I'm a comedian. What I hate is lining up to lose.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
hurts
fair.
my ego.
Fair.
So I'm excited about that. Also, we have $5 comedy nights at Silver Moon, which is going to be July 8th. And are you on that show?
I am on that show.
Okay,
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We talk a lot.
Yes, going to talk a lot at that show. There's actually a lot of great comedians on that show. You can check that out at benticket.com. There's also a show at Bunk and Brew Gateway. I think it's a weed show.
Yeah, they go up and do stand up, and then they go get high, and then come and do more stand up. They're stoned.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Wait,
they
they're not
leave.
already?
Yeah, they leave the
100%.
venue, go to an undisclosed location, and then come back and.
It's just a van. It's
It's just-
somebody's van.
It's just a
on an
van.
undisclosed location.
Undisclosed location. But those are some of the shows that are coming to town this week. But if you want to get up and try comedy, we have great mics in town. Always Mondays at Silver Moon. If you want to talk a little bit about your mic.
Yeah, the open mic at Silver Moon, 6:30 to sign up if you want to go on stage. 7 o'clock is the show if you want to just come watch. It's the #1 locals night in town as well. $4 beers at Silver Moon Brewing. So come on out. It's a lot of fun.
Yep, that's how we get my husband there, those $4 beers.
Good way to get out.
Not the support for you.
No, absolutely not. It's the $4 beer. And then Wednesday, Craft Kitchen has their open mic if you want to check that out. Is there anything else anybody else would like to plug? Any other shows coming up anytime soon?
Yeah, I'm headlining. Was in August. Yeah, it's a wedding. Yeah, I'm headlining a wedding.
Headlight, you're getting married! That's
And
exciting.
it's sold out, so sorry, there's no available.
Well, that's exciting. A sold out show. Well, congrats on the upcoming nuptials. I know Cam Stone got married this past weekend too. So everybody's getting locked down. You might be next. Why?
Hey, buddy. Actually, you're gonna put a ring on it? I thought he'd never ask.
All right, Hopper, if people want to.
Very simple. Across the social media platforms, it's just at Hopper Comedy.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Easy.
anyone, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that. So yeah.
And where's the best place to connect with you in Beertown?
Go to beertowncomedy.com, or you can go on all the social handles, kind of like Hopper said, across the board at Beertown Comedy. Or for my personal page, it's at Cody Parr 3.
Great. And Creach, where can people connect with you?
Instagram at Creach Comedy.
Fantastic.
And Bumble.
And are you active on there still?
No, actually, I don't.
What? No.
Do you have any apps
Oh.
open?
I don't, because that's only when I'm in the worst of the depression.
Oh.
Well, that's not how you.
But then you're like, oh, okay, I'm off of these apps now and I'm happier.
No,
and
when
then
you're in
like,
your
I'm still
high
like,
vibe, that's when you need. Because
Going
like,
through celibate monk phase right now, or
No, I've just given up.
it's different.
I'm
different.
focused on my comedy now. Okay.
I'm career.
I'll have you know, I've gotten one show since I've given up. It's tomorrow night.
It's at Silverman.
Go to the outlet malls, the pumpkin patches, farmers markets. I promise you, you're going to find someone.
If you don't, being single is totally fine too. I was happy single. I'm happy married. They're both great. Time Benders, we are on all the things. Subscribe where you're listening, like where you're liking, rate where you're rating. I don't know. There's so many buttons we're asking you to press, but please press all the buttons for us. We are a new podcast. It does matter. And we will be back next week with more of Central Oregon's favorite funny faces. Till next time. Bye.